A first down throw, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. That catch good for 5. It's third down. By the end of last year, Herndon had solidified himself as the primary tight end for New York. Now, overall, second leading receiver in 2018 on the team behind Robbie Anderson. In fact, his 39 catches, most among rookie tight ends in the league a season ago. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack, and remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball out of the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43.
SOS. Monday. SOS. Chance. Check. Alert. Half. Smooth. Let's go.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing now is Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. On 1st down, Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. On 2nd and 9, Allen. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 37. Check 37. Patch it. Check 3. Check 3. Red 80. Yo, 80.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
218, jump.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Crowder. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. The quick slant caught. And he's brought down. Already, he's top 50 receiving yards in this first quarter. And he's got a first down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
It almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
Hey, high 7.
52. Mike 52.
2nd down and goal. Darnold to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. But now it's 3rd and goal.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal.
Slow. No.
Here's Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Protect. Monday. Alert 3. Hey, switch gears. Alert. Watch the safety creep. Motion. Bump.
Tight dog.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Come on, switch it. Kill.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Kill. Turn it up. Check 3.
Alert.
Johnson running right. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
To return is McKenzie. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Danny. On 52. Slant. Hold the look. Hold.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Though that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
A first down carry for Bell, but he'll work forward for only about a yard. Jordan Phillips is the one on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second size of these dimensions, you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, exit.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Check.
After the run, now Darnold to throw. This one caught by Crowder. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating.
That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Always got some breathing room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Hey, orbit.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And John Brown's got it, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Pull it high. Go.
57.
Hey, we got to get to the ball.
From midfield, here's Allen. Fighting knocks there, complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Let's go.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Singletary, they'll run for it. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. 4th and inches and plus territory. That seemed like a prime spot to go for it.
It certainly did, and there's so many things that go into it. Are you too far away for a field goal, but not far away to punt it? Do you just feel like your offense is better? I just think in today's NFL, offense feels like it has to take care of the football, has to keep the ball, because scoring is up. You better maximize every possession. You trust your offense more than you trust your defense in today's league.
First trip to the red zone for the Bills. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
I got you. Whip. Watch the whip. Go. 3.
Looking to throw. Johnson. He'll buy some time right. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Hey, G! Mike 57. Hey, that's good.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen, screenplay, Johnson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And the Jets D, they call on a couple extra defensive backs on 3rd. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Mike 57. In the face.
Buzz.
57's the mic. Watch 57. I'm here all day.
From the gun, it's Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Robert Foster with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room. And then
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
49's the mic. Watch 49. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check, lady. Check.
Darnold from the gun. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
49. Mike, 49.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. All 52. 49.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Dawson Knox in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the 2nd quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well. So
what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the 2nd half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the 2nd half of Week 17 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. And here's Allen to throw again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Let's get it.
Brown 80. Alert, alert, alert.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Hey, come on. Let's go.
Here's Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. Andy Isabella was the intended target. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off around the 27. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Watch the out. Watch the out. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. I want that.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern, maybe some balls.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Interception all day, baby. Yeah.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. You're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Now 3rd and 5.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Here's Allen to throw it. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 8-yard line.
Watch Mike. I'm going back to you. Back to you.
They'll go again with Bell. Trucks over him. Bell sheds him off. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too. The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they're going dime.
Hey, two. Here we go. Big ass. Mike's 49.
Now it's Darnold. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Under 10. 56. No. Off. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check.
On second down, Johnson. A pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on third down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
53, Mike. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
56.
53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike.
Hey, Alpha.
53 is the Mike. 53. Check 53.
Throwing his Allen on third. And that is incomplete.
Allen's pass intended for Andy Isabella. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Buffalo. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Oh, you got deep? Bravo!
Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
31 yards there and a first down. The Jets were 26th in rushing in the NFL last year. That's a big reason they went and signed Bell back on March 13th. And plays like that give them optimism that they can move up the pecking order in the NFL rushing ranks. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Bell sheds him off. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team, because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold, that is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Jets will extend their lead.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football, and that's exactly what happened there.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Switch. Show it up. Show it up. We go.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6.
Alert flare. Alert flare.
5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide. Check 13. Check 13.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
It's 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
56, 56.
Switch. Kill.
And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Faking the give, Darnold. This will be caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Check 3. Check your hot read. Check hot route.
Pass. On the ball, let's go.
Allen now on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Bell. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. That's complete. It's Bell. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
First down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Shaq Lawson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 23-yard line.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Bell running on 1st down, but he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Bills' 23-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.